Easy English Steps. Speak and Understand. Introduction. Hello and welcome. It is great to have you here. Are you ready to start learning English? Maybe you are just starting and learning a new language feels like a big task. That is okay. Many people feel happy but also a little worried when they begin. Perhaps you tried learning English before and found it hard, with too many rules or long lists of words. We understand. This book is for you. We want to make learning English easy, fun, and something you can do every day. This book has a special way of learning we call Easy English Steps. What does this mean? It means we focus on the most basic things. We do not try to learn everything at once. Instead, we take small steps every day. The most important parts of Easy English Steps are talking and listening. We want you to start hearing and saying English words and sentences right away. This practice is made to help you feel more sure of yourself. The goal is simple: to help you talk like you do in your own language. Why are Easy English Steps so important? Because they help you not feel too much at once. We focus on small things you can do. Think of it like this. Instead of trying to climb a very tall mountain all at once, we take one step, then another. That is the power of Easy English Steps. We use short, simple sentences that you can say again and again. Saying things many times helps you learn. It helps your brain remember and use the words easily. We also focus on words that make you feel good and want to keep learning. Every small step you take in your Easy English Steps makes you feel more confident. You will start to believe you can speak English. You do not need many hours each day. Just a few minutes of Easy English Steps can make a big change. This way of learning is different. Many ways focus a lot on grammar rules first. Grammar is important, but with Easy English Steps, we put talking and listening first. We believe in learning by doing. We want you to use English from the first day. This is not about memorizing a whole book of words. It is about using English in a way that feels real and helpful. This book is put into easy, simple steps. Each step is made to be clear and work well. We will guide you through each part of your Easy English Steps. Our main focus is to help you speak and understand English. You will learn to listen to simple English, and then you will try to speak it yourself. This is how we all learn our first language, and it is a great way to learn English too. Inside, you will find short lessons, real examples, and many chances to practice. We will show you helpful words you can use right away. We will explain things clearly, always keeping our Easy English Steps simple. The secret to doing well with Easy English Steps is to do it often. Even just 5 or 10 minutes each day can help you make big progress. Think of it like giving a small plant water. Giving it a little water often helps it grow big and strong. Our goal is simple: to help you feel sure when you speak English and to understand what people say. We want you to like this journey and see yourself get better. You can do this. Learning English is possible for everyone, especially with the right way to learn. We truly believe you can learn and grow. Are you ready to start your Easy English Steps? Let's start this exciting journey together. Turn the page and let's take your first easy step. 1. Why learn English? Learning a new language is like a big adventure. Sometimes we start an adventure because we have to. But the best adventures start because we want to. We want to see new places, meet new people, and learn new things. When you think about learning English, it's like opening a door. What's behind that door? Lots of good things. Imagine you are at a busy market. You hear many sounds and many people talking. You want to ask for something, maybe a tasty fruit you see. But you don't know the words. You feel a bit stuck and quiet. Now, imagine you know a few English words. You can point and say, "This, please?" And the person smiles and understands. That small moment, that simple connection, feels good, right? It makes you feel a bit braver and more a part of the world. This is the start of why learning English is so good. English is spoken in many places. Think of it like a bridge. This bridge connects you to people from different countries and different ways of life. When you learn English, you can talk to them. You can share stories, laugh together, and learn about their lives. It's like making new friends, but your friends can now be from all over the world. This is not just about talking, it's about understanding each other. It's about seeing the world through someone else's eyes. One of the most exciting parts of learning English is the information you can find. So much is written and said in English. Think about your favorite movies, your favorite songs. Many of them are in English. When you understand the words, you get to enjoy them even more. You understand the jokes in the movie, the feelings in the song. It's like being able to read a secret message that only a few people can see. Beyond fun things, there is so much knowledge in English. If you want to learn how to cook something new, fix something, or understand how something works, you can find instructions online. Many of these are in English. Learning English means you can find answers to your questions. You can learn new skills. You can read about science, history, or anything that makes you curious. Having this information is like having a key to a giant library. And what about jobs? Many jobs today need people who can speak English. Companies that work with other countries often use English. If you can speak English, you might find a better job. You might get to work on exciting projects. You might even get to travel for your work. It opens up new doors in your job. It shows that you are ready for new challenges and that you can talk with many different people. This can lead to more chances and a stronger future. Learning English is also about you, about how you grow. When you start, it might feel hard. You might make mistakes. That's okay. Everyone makes mistakes when they learn something new. The important thing is that you keep trying. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, is a small win. Each step you take builds your confidence. You prove to yourself that you can learn hard things. This feeling of success is very strong. It makes you feel stronger and more able in all parts of your life. It's like climbing a small hill and seeing how far you've come. You feel proud. Travel becomes much easier and more fun when you know English. Imagine visiting a new country. You can read signs. You can ask for directions. You can order food in a restaurant. You can talk to people who live there. This makes your trip much more enjoyable. You don't have to worry as much. You can relax and explore. You can have real talks with people who live there, not just with the people you are traveling with. This makes your travel experiences better and more memorable. Let's think about Maria. Maria loved to bake. She made beautiful cakes for her family and friends. She dreamed of opening her own small cake shop. But she only spoke her own language. When she looked online for new cake recipes, many were in English. She saw amazing cake decorating videos, but they were in English. She felt a bit sad because she knew she was missing out on many ideas. She also knew that many people who visited her town were tourists, and they often spoke English. She worried that if her shop became popular, she wouldn't be able to talk to them well. One day, Maria decided. She wanted to open her cake shop, and she wanted to talk to everyone. She found this book, Easy English Steps. She started with just a few words each day. She practiced saying hello, thank you, and how much. She watched simple English videos about baking. It was slow at first. Sometimes she felt shy. But when a customer came into her small shop and asked about a cake in English, and Maria could understand and answer with her simple English, her face lit up. The customer smiled back. That small connection made Maria feel so happy and proud. She continued to learn, and soon she could talk more about her cakes. Her shop became known not just for her delicious cakes, but also for her warm, welcoming way of talking to everyone. Maria's dream was coming true, one simple English step at a time. Her confidence grew just like her beautiful cakes. This journey of learning English is not just about words. It's about connection. It's about knowledge. It's about chances. It's about growing as a person. It's about making your world bigger and brighter. Every little bit of English you learn is like a new color you add to your life's painting. You are creating a more colorful picture for yourself. The goal of this book is to make learning English feel easy and fun. We will focus on beginner English practice. This means using short, simple sentences that you can say again and again. We will practice speaking and listening every day. We will do this in small steps. These steps are made to help you feel good about your progress. They are useful for real talks. The more you practice, the more sure of yourself you will become. You will start to speak and understand without thinking too much. Now that we understand the exciting chances that learning English can bring, let's explore how this book will guide you, step by step, to start speaking and understanding with confidence. 2. Simple ways to practice. Learning a new language can feel like standing at the bottom of a very tall mountain. You see the top, you want to be there, but the path looks long and maybe a little scary. This is normal. Many people feel this way when they start learning English. The good news is you don't need to climb the whole mountain at once. We can take small, easy steps. And the best way to learn is by doing. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. You can read books about balancing and pedaling, but until you actually get on the bike and try, you won't really learn. English is the same. You can learn many words and grammar rules, but the real magic happens when you start to speak and listen. This is what we call beginner English practice. It means using English in simple ways every day. It's about making small efforts that add up to big results. The most important thing to remember is that practice is about doing. It's not just about having English words in your head. It's about letting those words out of your mouth. It's about hearing English and understanding it. When you actively use English, even in very simple ways, you build a strong connection with the language. This connection helps you remember words better and makes it easier to form sentences. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And for beginners, starting with simple actions is the best way to build that muscle. You might feel shy or worried about making mistakes. This is a very common feeling, and it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes when they learn something new. Think of mistakes not as failures, but as little helpers. They show you what to work on next. The key is to start practicing with things that feel safe and easy. You can even practice by yourself. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you are doing. This helps you get used to hearing your own voice speaking English. It builds your confidence little by little. You don't need a perfect audience. You just need to start using the words. One of the biggest secrets to successful beginner English practice is to make it a part of your everyday life. You don't need to set aside hours each day. Think about your daily routine. What do you do every morning? What do you do when you travel to work or school? What do you do in the evening? We can find small moments in these routines to practice English. Imagine you are making your morning coffee. You can start saying the words for what you are doing. I make coffee. I add milk. These are very simple sentences, but they are English being used. Or maybe you are walking to the bus stop. You can look around and say the names of things you see. This is a tree. This is a car. The sky is blue. These are small observations, but they are active English practice. You are connecting English words to the world around you. This makes the words more meaningful and easier to remember. Another great way to practice is to use simple phrases related to common daily tasks. Think about going to a shop. You can practice saying, hello, thank you, goodbye. If you want to ask for something, you can practice, I want water. Or if you need help, can you help me? These are phrases you might actually use. Practicing them beforehand makes you feel more prepared and less nervous when you need to say them in real life. It's like rehearsing for a small play. The more you rehearse, the more comfortable you become on stage. Listening and repeating is a powerful tool for beginner English practice. Our ears are like sponges for language. When you listen to simple English, your brain starts to understand the sounds, the rhythm, and the way words connect. Then, when you try to repeat what you hear, you are training your mouth to make those same sounds. This is how you improve your pronunciation and your understanding of spoken English. Think about a simple English podcast for beginners. You can listen to a short episode. Don't worry if you don't understand every single word. The goal is to catch the main idea and to hear how the speaker says things. Then pause the podcast and try to repeat a sentence. Say it out loud, trying to match the sound and the rhythm. You might have to repeat it a few times. That's perfectly fine. Each time you repeat, you are getting better. This simple act of listening and repeating helps you speak more naturally and understand spoken English more easily. It trains your ear and your voice at the same time. Building confidence is a big part of this journey, and small successes are the best way to build it. Practicing simple greetings and introductions is a great start. You can practice saying your name. Hello, my name is. You can practice asking someone's name. What is your name? Even if you were just practicing with yourself in the mirror, saying these phrases out loud helps. You are telling yourself, I can do this. Sometimes, finding someone to practice with can be a little tricky when you are just starting. But if you have a friend or a family member who is patient and supportive, ask them if you can. Practice some English with them. You don't need to have a long conversation. Just a few simple sentences can make a difference. You can say, today, I learn English. Or, I like pizza. Their understanding and encouragement will make you feel good and more willing to try again. Let's think about a concrete example. Imagine you have a cup on your table. This cup can be your practice partner. You can look at the cup and say, this is a cup. You can pick it up and say, I hold the cup. You can put it down and say, the cup is on the table. These are very basic actions and descriptions. But you are using English to talk about something real, something you can see and touch. This makes the words feel more alive. Consider another situation. You are waiting for a bus. The bus is late. You can practice saying, the bus is late. You can look at the time on your watch and say, it is 10 o'clock. You can see other people waiting and think, they are waiting too. These are simple observations about your environment. By turning these observations into spoken English, you are actively engaging with the language. You are not just waiting. You are practicing. This turns a potentially boring moment into a learning opportunity. The act of repeating simple English phrases and sentences directly helps you speak naturally because it trains your mouth muscles and your brain's pathways for language. When you hear a word or a phrase, your brain registers it. When you repeat it, your brain strengthens the connection between hearing it and saying it. This makes it easier for you to recall and use that word or phrase when you need it in a conversation. It's like learning a song. The more you sing it, the more easily it comes to you. This repetition also helps with understanding spoken English. When you hear a sentence many times, you start to recognize the patterns, the common words, and the typical sentence structure. This familiarity makes it easier for you to follow conversations. You begin to predict what might come next, which is a key part of understanding. So, when you listen to a simple English story and repeat the sentences, you are not just practicing speaking, you are also building your listening comprehension. You are training your ear to catch the nuances of the language. Let's think about the journey itself. It's easy to feel discouraged if you think you need to be perfect from the start. But beginner English practice is about making progress, not about perfection. It's about taking those small steps. It's about celebrating each little victory. Did you say a new word today? Did you understand a simple sentence? Wonderful. Did you try to repeat a phrase? Fantastic. Every attempt is a success. The power of this approach lies in its simplicity and consistency. You don't need fancy apps or expensive classes to start. You just need a willingness to try. Your environment is full of opportunities. Your daily routine is a classroom. Your own voice is your first practice partner. By focusing on these simple, everyday actions, you are not just learning English, you are building a habit of learning. And a consistent habit is the strongest foundation for mastering any new skill, especially a language. Remember that feeling of being overwhelmed? Let's put it aside for a moment. Imagine you are a child learning your first language. You didn't worry about grammar rules. You just listened, you copied, and you experimented. You made sounds, you tried words, and slowly you started to communicate. This book is about helping you recapture that natural, playful way of learning. Beginner English practice is your way of tapping into that innate ability to learn. It's about making the process fun and rewarding, step by step. So, what does this look like in practice? Let's say you are having breakfast. You can look at your cereal and say, "This is cereal." You can pour milk and say, "I pour milk." You can pick up your spoon and say, "I eat cereal." These are simple sentences, but they are active. They are using English to describe your immediate reality. This is incredibly effective for beginners because it connects the words directly to what you are experiencing. It makes the learning feel real and relevant. Think about the fear of making mistakes again. It's a powerful feeling. But consider this. If you don't practice, you will never get better. If you wait until you are perfect, you will be waiting forever. The people who learn languages successfully are often the ones who are brave enough to try, even when they are not sure. They understand that mistakes are part of the process. They see them as stepping stones. When you are repeating simple phrases like "Hello, how are you?" or "I am fine, thank you," you are not just memorizing words. You are internalizing a rhythm, a flow. You are learning how native speakers naturally connect these phrases. This makes your own speaking sound more natural. It also helps you understand when others use these phrases because you have heard them and practiced them yourself. It's a two-way street. The goal here is not to become a fluent speaker overnight. The goal is to build a solid foundation. It's to make English feel less intimidating and more accessible. It's to show you that you can speak and understand. By integrating simple practice into your daily life, you are creating constant exposure to the language. This constant exposure, combined with active use, is what leads to real progress. It's the steady drip of water that wears away a stone. Now that we've explored how to make practice simple and accessible, the next step is to discover specific, fun activities that will actively build your speaking and listening skills. We'll move from just doing to doing with purpose and see how these small efforts can lead to real progress in your English journey. 3. Helping beginners start. Learning a new language can feel like standing at the bottom of a very tall mountain. You look up and it seems so big, so hard to climb. Many people feel this way when they want to learn English. They see others speaking it easily and they think, "I can never do that." It is very normal to feel a little scared or unsure. Maybe you think you are not good at languages. Maybe you worry about making mistakes. Perhaps you have tried before and felt stuck. If this sounds like you, please know this: you are not alone, and this book is made just for you. We understand how you feel. We know learning English can seem like a big challenge, but we also know a secret that makes the mountain much smaller and the climb much easier. It is the secret of starting, and starting in a simple way. Think about a little seed. It is very small, but if you give it water and sunshine, it grows. It becomes a strong plant. Learning English is like that. You do not need to know everything at once. You just need to start with a small seed. And that seed is taking the first step. The biggest challenge for many people is simply to begin. It is like wanting to swim, but standing by the water for a long time. You might think, when is the best time? Or what is the best way to jump in? But the truth is, the best time is now. And the best way is to just jump in, even if it is just dipping your toes. Taking a small action, any action, is more important than waiting for the perfect moment. Because the perfect moment never really comes. What comes is the moment you decide to try. This book is built on a very simple idea. It is about using short, easy sentences. Sentences that you can hear and say again and again. This is what we call beginner English practice. It is not about difficult grammar rules or long words. It is about making English feel easy and natural. Why does this work? Because when you use simple sentences, your brain does not get too tired. You can listen to them and try to say them without feeling stressed. The repetition helps the words and sounds stick in your mind. It is like singing a song you like. You hear it, you sing it, and soon you know all the words. Our main goal here is to help you feel good about starting. We want you to have small wins, little moments where you think, wow, I did that. These small successes are like little sparks. They light up your confidence. They make you believe, yes, I can learn English. When you feel confident, you want to practice more. You feel brave enough to try saying new things. This is how we build the habit of speaking and understanding. Let us imagine a person named Maria. Maria wanted to speak English for her job. She bought many books. She watched many videos. But she felt lost. The books had big words. The videos spoke too fast. She tried to say sentences, but she felt shy. She worried about people laughing at her. So she stopped. She felt sad and like a failure. One day, a friend told her about this book. Maria was not sure. Another book? She thought. But she decided to try. The book said start with just 5 minutes a day. It showed her very simple phrases. Like, hello. My name is Maria. And I am happy. The book asked her to say them out loud. To her cat. To her mirror. To herself. At first, it felt strange. But she did it for 5 minutes. The next day she did it again. She said, hello. My name is Maria. She said, I am happy. She started to hear the sounds. She started to feel the rhythm. It was not so scary anymore. Then, the book gave her more simple phrases. This is a book. This is a table. She would say them and point. She would listen to them and repeat. She started to notice English words around her. She would try to say them in her head. After a few weeks, Maria was not afraid anymore. She could say more than just her name. She could say, where is the bus? She could understand when someone said, thank you. She still made mistakes. Of course she did. Everyone makes mistakes. But now she did not feel like a failure. She felt like someone who was learning. She felt proud. She knew that her small, daily practice was helping her. It was building her confidence step by step. This is the power of small, daily habits. It is much better than trying to study for hours once a week. Think about it. If you drink a small glass of water every day, you stay hydrated. If you run for 5 minutes every day, you get stronger. Learning English is the same. Practicing for just 5 or 10 minutes every single day makes a huge difference. It keeps your brain active with English. It helps the new words and sounds become familiar. It makes speaking feel less like a big event and more like a natural part of your day. This consistent practice is the heart of beginner English practice. It is not about being perfect. It is about being regular. It is about making English a little part of your life every day. This helps you move towards natural communication. Natural communication is when you can speak and understand without thinking too hard about every single word. It is when English flows from you like talking to a friend. And the best way to get there is by starting small, being consistent, and celebrating every little step forward. So, how do you take that first step? It is simpler than you think. First, decide on a time. When can you find 5 minutes? Maybe in the morning, before you start your day. Maybe during your lunch break. Or in the evening before you relax. Pick a time that works for you and try to stick to it. Second, choose something very easy to start with. The book will give you many ideas. It could be saying hello and goodbye clearly. It could be learning to say your name and where you are from. Or learning to say yes and no. Third, repeat. Listen to the phrase. Say it out loud. Listen again. Say it again. Say it 10 times if you need to. Say it until it feels a little bit more familiar. Do not worry about how you sound. Just focus on saying the words. Fourth, be kind to yourself. Some days will feel easier than others. Some days you might forget. That is okay. Just start again the next day. The most important thing is that you are trying. You are building your beginner English practice. You are planting your seed. Let's try a very small example right now. Can you say this with me? Now say it again, a little louder. Wonderful. Now let's try another one. I am here. Listen to the sounds. I am here. Now you try. I am here. You just said 2 simple English sentences. You just took a step. You just started. This feeling of starting, of doing something new, is very important. It is the first spark that lights your learning journey. It is the moment you move from thinking about learning to actually doing it, and doing it in a way that feels easy and manageable. This is the core of beginner English practice. It is about making the start feel possible, achievable, and even a little bit fun. We are not asking you to climb the whole mountain today. We are just asking you to take one small step up, and then another. The fear of starting is a big wall for many. But this wall is not as strong as it looks. It is made of doubt and worry. And the best way to break down that wall is with simple actions. Small, repeated actions. Like Maria did. She did not try to run a marathon. She just walked for 5 minutes. And that was enough to start her journey. So, if you are feeling unsure, take a deep breath. Remember Maria. Remember the seed. Remember that you are not alone. This book is your guide. We are here to help you take those first steps, one by one. We will show you how to listen to simple words and how to say them. We will help you build your confidence with every small practice. Now that we understand how to overcome the initial hesitation and have taken those first crucial steps, we're ready to dive into the core practice. The next section will introduce you to the fundamental building blocks of spoken English, showing you how to start listening and speaking with simple, everyday phrases. 4. Daily practice importance. Learning a new language can seem like a big trip. Sometimes it might feel like you must study for many, many hours to get better. But here is a small secret, a very important one. Small steps, taken every single day, are much, much stronger than big steps taken only once in a while. Think about it. You want to learn to speak and understand English, right? This is called beginner English practice. And the most important part of this practice is doing it every day. Let's imagine you have a small, pretty plant. You want it to grow big and strong. What do? You give it a little water every day. You do not wait for the soil to be very dry and then pour a whole bucket of water on it. That would be too much. The little plant would get a shock. And if you only watered it once a month, it would probably not grow well at all. It might even die. Your English learning is just like that little plant. Your brain is like the soil. When you practice English every day, even for just a few minutes, You are giving your brain that little bit of water. You are helping it grow. This daily practice helps you build a good habit. A habit is something you do without even thinking too much about it. It becomes a part of your day, like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. When you have a habit of practicing English, it does not feel like a difficult job. It feels normal. It feels easy. This is so important because it stops you from feeling like there is too much to do. When you try to do too much at once, it can feel like climbing a very tall mountain. But if you take small steps every day, the mountain does not seem so scary anymore. You just keep walking, one step after another. Why is keeping things fresh so important for your brain? Think about a song you heard yesterday. If you hear it again today, it's easier to remember the words and the tune, right? Your brain works in a similar way with new information. When you learn a new English word or a new phrase, it's like a new seed planted in your brain. If you do not visit that seed for a long time, it might get buried or forgotten. But if you see it again the next day and the day after that, it starts to grow roots. It moves from a place in your brain that only remembers things for a short time to a place where you can keep them for a long, long time. This is called moving information to your long-term memory. Daily practice is like giving those seeds sunlight and water every day. It helps them grow strong roots so you can remember them easily when you want to speak or understand. One of the biggest feelings when learning something new is fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of forgetting. Daily practice helps you fight these fears by giving you small wins. Every single day you practice, you achieve something. Maybe today you learn one new word. That's a win. Tomorrow, you might understand a simple sentence you hear. That's another win. The next day, you might be able to say that one new word correctly. That's a big win. These are small successes, but they are very powerful. They are like little sparks of confidence. Each spark makes you feel a little bit braver, a little bit stronger. When you collect many of these small wins, they build up into a big feeling of confidence. You start to believe in yourself. You start to feel like you can learn English. This feeling is so important for continuing your journey. It makes you want to practice more because you see that you are making progress, step by small step. Think about how you learned your first language. You were probably a baby. You heard people talking all day, every day. You tried to make sounds. You listened. You repeated. You did not sit down with a book and study grammar rules. You learned by living the language. You learned by hearing it and speaking it all the time. Daily practice in English helps you get closer to this natural way of learning. When you listen to English for a few minutes each day or try to say a few simple sentences, you are getting closer to how babies learn. It makes speaking and understanding feel less like a hard task and more like a natural skill you are building. It's about making communication feel real, not just like a school subject. Let's talk about the difference between doing a lot at once and doing a little bit every day. Imagine you want to get fit. You could go to the gym for 3 hours one Saturday. That's a lot of exercise. But then, maybe you do not go again for 2 weeks. Your body will feel tired, and you might not see much change. Or you could walk for 15-20 minutes every single day. That's a small amount of exercise, but if you do it regularly, your body will get stronger. You will feel fitter. Your muscles will remember the movement. English learning is the same. A long study session once a week can feel tiring and you might forget a lot of what you learned before the next session. But 5 or 10 minutes of focused practice every day keeps the learning going. It's like keeping a fire burning. You add a small piece of wood each day to keep it warm and bright. If you let the fire go out, it's much harder to start it up again. Doing things regularly is the key. It's the secret ingredient that makes all the difference. So, why is this daily practice so important for your beginner English practice? It's because it builds habits, keeps your brain active with new information, boosts your confidence with small successes, and helps you learn in a more natural way. It's not about studying hard, it's about practicing smart and doing it every day. Even when you feel tired, even when you think you do not have much time, just a few minutes can make a big difference. Remember the plant. Remember the fire. Remember the small steps. Each day you practice is a step forward. Each step, no matter how small, is progress. And progress is what learning is all about. It's about building a strong base, piece by piece, day by day. This regular effort is what truly helps you speak and understand English. Think about a simple daily routine. Maybe you wake up, have a cup of tea or coffee, and then you spend 5 minutes looking at new English words on your phone. Or perhaps, before you go to bed, you listen to a short English podcast for 10 minutes. These are not big things. They do not take up much of your day. But they are powerful. They are your daily water for your English plant. They are your daily steps up the mountain. They are the small wins that build your confidence. They are what make learning feel possible and enjoyable. If you miss a day, do not worry. That's okay. The important thing is to get back to your practice the next day. One missed day is not a disaster. It's like missing one watering for your plant. Just water it the next day. The goal is doing things regularly, not being perfect. We are all human. Sometimes life gets busy, but the promise to try again is what matters most. This journey is about building a new skill, and skills are built through doing things many times and with regular effort. The power of daily practice is that it makes the learning process feel manageable and achievable. It breaks down the big goal of speaking and understanding English into many small, easy-to-do tasks. Each day, you complete a small task. You feel good about it. You are more likely to do it again tomorrow. This good cycle is what leads to real, lasting learning. It's about creating a good relationship with learning English, where it feels like a helpful friend, not a difficult enemy. So, as you continue on your path to learning English, remember this one big idea: daily practice is your best friend. It's the secret to making your learning journey smooth, effective, and enjoyable. It's the foundation for building your confidence and your ability to communicate naturally. It's the heart of beginner English practice. Now that we understand why daily practice is so powerful, let's explore how you can easily fit these essential daily steps into your busy life, starting today. Conclusion: you did it. You finished this book. When you started, maybe English felt big and a little hard. But now look at you. You took your first steps, and that is great. This book helped you make practicing English a normal part of your day. You practiced speaking and listening. You built a good base, step by step. The best way to learn English is not with hard rules. It is with practicing often. This book did not try to teach you everything. It showed you how good even a little practice can be every day. When you say short, easy sentences many times, they start to sound normal. When you listen to simple talks often, your ears learn to hear the sounds of English. It is like giving water to a small plant. A little water each day helps it grow strong. The main idea is beginner English practice. You learn that even a few minutes of listening and speaking can make a big change. We made it easy and fun so you would want to keep going. How do you feel about English now? Think about it. You feel more sure of yourself. This book wanted to help you feel less shy and more ready to try speaking. You can understand simple English better when people speak. You have many useful words and phrases now. You feel better trying to say things, even if they are not perfect. Every time you practiced speaking and listening, you built your confidence with beginner English practice. It is like a muscle for your brain. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. See the small wins. Maybe you heard a word on TV, or you said a new sentence. That is your progress showing. This practice is helping you talk more easily. Your English journey is just starting. Think of this book as the first part. Keep listening. Keep speaking. Keep practicing. Find easy English songs or short videos. Try to use the words and phrases you learned when you talk, even if you talk to yourself. Your beginner English practice can get bigger now. Find times each day to use what you learned. The goal is for you to feel good and sure when you speak and understand English every day. Think of all the new things you can do with your growing English. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, is moving forward. Keep practicing, keep learning, and enjoy your English journey. You can do it.